This is the analysis of the video on YouTube by pelon, cito, P-E-L-O-N, then cito, C-I-T-O, and this is the one that is 28% exposed, 5th of the 3rd, 2014. And I'm concentrating on these two obvious structures right there. They're fantastic. Now, when I take pictures and enlarge these, they're actually in nice color. There's a big white tower that comes up, and you've got that dark grey tower. Virtually one's behind the other right there. And I'll actually zoom in on those pictures. Now this provides very clear and very good material. So there it is there, that one there as well comes up, and they're like towers or huge mushrooms. I'm trying to get a rough scale of this. So if the moon is 3,500 k's wide, I'm just taking out my tape measure to try to get out a scale. So it's about the actual width here of the diameter, let's say 70 centimeters. So if we actually look on the screen and we say we try to use some sort of scale, the white one is about half a centimeter tall. 1 centimeter is 50 kilometers. If 70 centimeters is 3,500 kilometers. We're just using a rough scale. So I've actually just taken out my tape measure. I've worked out if I try to plot down the actual width of the moon, it's about, let's say worst case, 80, 90 centimeters. That tower there is at least 10 kilometers to 20 high. So that's my sort of rough rule of thumb. So these things are not small bonus towns, they're huge. And there they are there, one there and one there. So I'll just try to keep this tape going. And they have both come out of those craters, which is very interesting as well. So I'll just fast forward these videos to actually come to that spot. And these are very clear. Here they are. Let's pause it right now. These are the areas I'm analysing. So you've got that one beautiful one there that comes out of that crater, and one directly behind it, which seems to have 2 or 3 bumps there. And I mean, these are at least 10 kilometers high. You know, they're not small. So the scale I used before was roughly 70 centimeters. So I'll try to actually work my way backwards to get a better scale on this sort of picture. And I've also analysed that area there as well. There it is. I just pause it. There it is. Perfect. You got the white one and that dark grey one there. 2 or 3 bumps next to it. So these are very, very fantastic zooms. They're very good. I think I can see one there as well coming up. So this is the north side of the moon. Again, we're looking at that area there, and also we'll try to zoom in on that thing coming out there. There's an interesting item there that I'll also try to take a picture of. These are the pictures that were analysed, and the most important things I'm focusing on are these 2 towers, the white ones and the grey one. Now the grey one looks like a big bubble. That's one other view of it, maybe one other image. So there it is there. That's the closest I can get. So let's go through the images. Seems to be a structure, and then that large tower comes off. So these are at least 5 or 10 k's high, or very high. That's that white one. It just seems to come out of that hole, and it's got a bulbous head, like a very large white mushroom. There's one more that seems to come out in that photo, but that's the clearest I can get there. We see it there appearing. I've tried to zoom in and get clearer photos. Now there it is there. This is the clearest photo where you see 2 of them. One appears out of the hole down the bottom, and the other one just appears up there. So these are 5 or 10 kilometers at least high. Very high. There it is there. Going right up. It's hard to work out what the structures are around it, and there's the white one there. I think these have been enhanced for color and exposure. Maybe we can go a bit on the right there. We can go a bit further down there. And a bit more on the brightness scale, and that's it there. Yeah, there it is. That's very definite. So it's a cylinder and a grey rounder sphere on top, and that's the white one. Next photo. I'm trying to get down closer to these structures, but there's not much there I can actually focus in on. There it is again. So that's a very clear photo. Actually, we can actually enhance this one. And I think that has been pressed, the noise and the color. So these are very good enhancements right there. I'll see if I can enlarge if we can work out any structure. That's 5 to 10 kilometers high. I can't work it out any closer. There's that taller one that seems to have that grey type of head there. Let's try to do something with the colour. As close as I can do on that one. Seems to be some rectangle shapes there. I'm not happy with those, but I can't get any closer on those, so I shouldn't try. They're very hard to do. That's a tricky one. Not sure what's happening on that one. Not sure. Now that's the close I can get onto that object. It's fantastic. I'll play around a bit more with the highlights. Seems to be 2 or 3 bumps there. Then all of a sudden you got a cylinder and a very round sphere on top. 5 to 10 kilometers high. So these are not small by any standard. I'll see if I can do anything with the color to get the tint. Saturation. Again, that's the closest I could get on that probably. There it is again. That's the closest I could focus in on it, and there it is. It's perfectly round. So that's a few kilometer sphere on a cylinder. I can't do any clearer than I've got there. Very interesting. Not sure what to make out of that one. I think I've processed that, or I haven't. Things that are not clear I won't spend too much time on, because it's just like could be this, could be that, so I just prefer to jump from those. There's the object again. A very round sphere. That's an interesting one in a crater as well. That's it there again. Now we'll go to number 2. These were zooms that were just added, so I'll try to get back to that one there. So there it is. It's just a round sphere, which I'll actually show how the process is performed. And I can't get any clearer. It's something I really want to focus in on to try to get a definite type of shape to it, but it just won't allow me. More structures there. There it is again. When I zoomed on, this seems to be a tube that leads out of that crater to that round object. Again, that's as much as I can do on that one. It's very hard. There it is again. I do some color. If I can only get a slight clearer resolution on it, it'll be fantastic, but that's the best I can do on that. There it is there. These are interesting shapes because it just shows hilly areas, but then you've got this sort of a cylinder there. Not that clear. Here's one more interesting object. It's in a crater and it's just there as well. Again, not clear. I don't want to spend too much time on that one. Here's our object again. I could be seeing what looks like an opening on that side, this black aperture. Let me do the color and focusing. Again, no comment. That's as close as I can possibly get into that object. And there it is again. So it's a cylinder with a big sphere on it. These are these twisted objects again. I can't get any closer. There's one rod going right up there, and there's that object in that crater, but that's as close as I can also get in on that one. There's not much I can do. So these are very tricky images to work with. This looks unusual. Seems like a three-sided object here, and then it goes straight into the crater. Again, I can't do much for that one. Here's our object again, right there. I'll see if I can process it any clearer. It just shows that it's not perfectly round on this one. It's like a tree. Interesting. I'll see if I can bring that up. Or it could be just the glare, the way it was actually filmed. That's probably one of the best pictures of that round object. And that's all I could do for now.